Time to put the Sunrider Soft top on my new Jeep Gladiator. Well, good morning everybody. How are you today? Pretty good here. That's right. Today I'm going to put the Sunrider Soft top, the one that was on my previous Jeep Gladiator, on my new-ish Jeep Gladiator. Pretty simple to do, especially since the thing's already put together. All I have to do is put 4 bolts on the sides, 2 on each side, and then 2 in the little back part that holds it on. I'll show you all this. And then clamp it down in the front. That's it. Of course, I do have to remove the freedom panels first, so we'll start there. Okay, the freedom panels are pretty easy to remove if you've never had these out before. Inside, you just have, I think it's 4 little clip-like things, and the thing here in the front, it's actually 3. So you have one here, one over here, and one right up here, and then the little clasp in the front. I don't know if the top on this Jeep actually has ever been off, but you just pull it down like so. Over here it's the same process on the driver's side. Just pull these little hooks, levers, whatever you want to call them, hold downs, and that one like so. And then there is an order, and it's the driver's side first. So you have to take the driver's side off first, and then you can remove the passenger side. Just like a waiter. That's pretty easy to do. Set that one down. And that is how you take the freedom panels off. Now, I am going to store them. There is a bag, and you should have gotten one of these when you got your Jeep, that they fit into. So, we're going to put those in the bag, get them out of the way to keep them safe, and then we're going to go ahead and install the soft top. Okay, I've got the tops, the freedom panels, all stored in their case. You can see this is how it goes. Kind of hefty, but doable. Here's the Sunrider Soft top. Now, one thing I did notice, just kind of taking a peek around before I get rolling, the front trim on here is pretty dirty, so you want a good seal, of course. This is the rubber that it's going to seal on across the front. So I'm going to wipe all this down just to make sure that there's no dirt on it, like right there, before I get started. But of course, I want to prevent any kind of leaks. So I'm going to wipe that all down, and then we'll hoist that top up here. We've got it all laid up there, you guys can see. And then all we have to do, there are 2 screws on each side. One that goes up through here, through a nut that you set up here on top. You guys can see it should be right about right here. And then in the front, has this little bracket thing that kind of folds over, and you push the screw up through and tighten it down into an existing threaded hole right up here in the top. And then there's a cover that goes over the back right here. Pretty simple to do. So next, I just need to get these bolts in here on the sides, and then we'll do that part in the front, and then we'll be done. It's on, it's up there, and I gotta say, what an awesome product. They make this so simple to do. Got the bolts in, they fit seamlessly, didn't have to screw around trying to thread them in there, or they didn't work or anything else. Same with the front one here. And keep in mind, this has been on my other Jeep. So sometimes when you take stuff off and put it on other things, it can be a little bit more difficult to do, right? Gotta say, this was a piece of cake. Now, let's go around to the driver's side. I saved the final part of fitment to do with you guys. and that is actually shutting it and making sure that it lines up properly with the latches here in the front, or where the latches tie down, and of course that's right here. So we just reach up, grab it, pull it down, and here we go. Let's make sure it lines up properly. That side looks good, shuts nicely. Let's check this side, and there you go. Perfect. No alignment issues, no problems. It's right where it's supposed to be. That is awesome. Let's take a look from the top. I haven't done that yet. Got to have a ladder to do that. Look at the seam over here. Everything looks copacetic. It's all lined up along the track. Go over here, grab the step ladder so I can get up on top. Let's check out the seam over here. Everything looks good. And the top here. And it looks fine to me. It's supposed to fit right along the edge here, and you guys can see all the way across. That looks good, good gapping. So I don't think I have any problems, and hopefully no issues with leaking. I did have that little issue when I parked the truck backwards at a slope or an angle, and I did have a little bit of leaking on the other Jeep, only on the driver's side. And again, it was because water ran from back here towards the front and then leaked somewhere along the seam along here. I don't know where. Not a big deal. Of course, it shouldn't do that. Never should you put any top on that leaks. So I don't know if the trim work was just wrong or something. I don't know. I just kind of adjusted it once before on the other Jeep and it seemed to be fine. So hopefully we don't have any problems like that on this Jeep. We shall see. We'll find out. Anyway, that's it. That's the install. It's pretty darn simple. I will say that when you first get it, it might be a little more difficult, although not really. I'm not sure, and I don't think there's any other assembly than what I just did. I think the way it comes there is almost, there is a little bit more, and I have a video out there on the original install if you're interested in checking that out. Just a few more steps than what I did since it was already on my other Jeep. I, of course, didn't have to redo the whole thing. You just take those 4 bolts off and then the 2 in the back where that bracket is. And speaking of that, before we sign off here, let me show you that bracket. It's kind of a piece I always forget about. It's right there up above the light. You'll notice it has a B on it. That just screws into a couple of holes in the, or threaded holes in the top itself. And the point of that, of course, is just to secure it in the back. Not a big deal, fits pretty easily. Again, this whole thing was seamless. One other thing I want to point out, just a little caveat, I guess. They did provide bolts that all use the same bit. And it's just a Torx bit, and this is a T40. So they all use the same one. That's awesome. Didn't have to flip around screwing with different tools. One tool does it all. Anyway, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you have this? Have you had any leakage problems? And what did you think of the install? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I have 2 other channels. Rob Motive, all about my 2020 Toyota Tacoma. And Rob Motive Civic, all about my experiences with the Honda Civic Sport hatchback and the Honda Civic Type R. Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.